Look, I know a lot of people give Americans a bum rap for being stupid and knowing nothing about the world, but the reality couldn't be further from the truth, as I discovered on the streets here, asking US locals about the very world their country runs. Name a country that begins with U.
Yugoslavia?
With you, Utah.
What's the religion of Israel?
Israeli?
Muslim. Islamic. Catholic, probably.
What religion are Buddhist monks?
Buddhist monks?
Buddhist monk.
Islamic, I don't know.
What is the currency used in the United Kingdom?
What is it? The United Kingdom, I don't know.
Possibly American money.
Queen Elizabeth's money? That's all I know.
Wow, people are so stupid. At least I don't live in a town like that. Northampton is full of smart, well-educated, diverse, and worldly people. Northampton is wealthy and safe, right? Are we really as good as we think? I'm going to investigate within our school and the town of Northampton. How smart do we think we are? How informed are we?
I'd say pretty well informed.
I think students in this building are probably somewhere in the middle to the high end.
Okay.
But I think maybe if you go all over the town, you might find it a little bit lower.
I think that Northampton is informed. I believe that we live in a pretty educated area, but I also wouldn't be shocked if we were far less informed than I think we are.
Well informed.
Probably informed.
Okay, so what percentage of citizens in Northampton have graduated college? That whose age allows them to graduate?
I'm gonna go with 55%.
Graduated college, I would probably say around 75%.
I'd say like 70% maybe.
Maybe more than 50%.
70%. Probably like 75%.
80%?
After talking to some students and other citizens of Northampton, it appears as though we see ourselves as well-informed and generally well-educated. This is a good start, as 72% of Northampton citizens have graduated college, and most people were able to guess very close to that.
Would you say the median household income of Northampton is higher or lower than the state average in Massachusetts?
Higher.
Higher.
Higher, absolutely.
Yeah, I would say higher.
The interviews concluded that the median pay was higher in Northampton than Massachusetts, when Northampton is actually $9,000 below the state median. Are we as diverse as we think we are?
What percent of Northampton is African American or black?
I would say less than 5%.
Somewhere between 18 and 22.
20. 20.
30%. 15%.
20%.
African Americans account for only 2.08% of Northampton's population. Northampton citizens thought of ourselves as more diverse than we really are. Is our city as safe as we think? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the safest, what would you rank Northampton compared to the rest of the country?
7? 7?
It's pretty high. 8.
Wait, 10 being safe.
10 being the safest.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it's pretty close. It's pretty close to Springfield. So like, no, like, it's like 8 or 9.
So I think Northampton might be around 6 then.
Okay, in terms of crime.
A 10.
A 9.
9.
Northampton was actually given a score of 2 based on reported crime per 1,000 people. What about New York City?
4.
These same people consistently rated New York City lower than Northampton, when New York City was in fact given a score of 3, higher than Northampton. What % of Northampton do you think identifies as a Democrat?
Probably like 80.
I would say 90. 90% of Northampton.
80%.
95. Let's see. 80%.
Just 49.49% of Northampton citizens identify as Democratic. Northampton is often thought of as a very democratic town, but again, we were overestimating on what we thought of to be true. We next move on to asking basic world news and history questions to assess if Northampton citizens are aware about what is happening in the world around them. How informed are you about world news?
On the same, like, not informed, informed, and well informed.
I think I'm informed. I wouldn't say I'm, like, incredibly informed, but I also think I know enough.
Yeah.
How many wars has the U.S. been involved in?
What defines a major war?
Be whatever you want.
Let's say 15.
Okay.
4.
Wars has the U.S. been involved in 3?
I'm just gonna throw out 30. It might even be higher than that. Okay. Like I would say over 20, but
4.
Would you say the U.S. is at peace most of the time or at war?
1.
What % of the time?
45. Somewhere between 68 and 70.
20% maybe. 25.
The U.S. has been involved in 12 international conflicts, as well as at war for 93% of its history. What does ISIS stand for?
Oh. I don't know.
I used to know.
Is it the Islamic State?
Not sure.
I spy.
Is Britain in the EU?
Not anymore.
No, because they use the pound.
No, Brexit.
ISIS stands for Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, and Britain is still currently in the EU. After talking with these people, I've started to see now, more than ever, that Northampton is not quite the city we all think it to be. We are in a bubble, and have grown to believe that Northampton is better than it really is. We are just like everybody else, not as smart, informed, diverse, safe, knowledgeable as we think we are.